This week I attended my second ever church service in years, and I'm gonna share what we talked about and how or what just happened throughout the day. I drove with my pastor together, or we met um, at a bus station and drove to Berlin together to attend church service. And on the way there, we talked about working on ourselves and just striving to develop skills that are of value that we can use to glorify God's kingdom, or um, and just following the purpose that He has given us by using the skills we have learned. The service itself was quite long, about 4.5 hours, and afterwards we all shared food together. We had African rice with chicken and some other stuff, some sort of cookie dough out of lentils. We discussed a lot of things, or talked about a lot of things during the service, but the key topics were the things that happened in Genesis chapter 37, and just being liberated of everything that is evil and that is separating us from God, and is in our way of really getting closer to Him and walking the path that He has for us. The topic of Genesis chapter 37 is basically that you have Jacob, who God really loves, and who is the favorite of his father Israel. He has 12 sons in total, and one day Jacob basically has a dream, and he shares that dream with his mom, with his dad, and with his 11 brothers. And he tells them in his dream, hey, you know, I'm gonna, like, you are gonna be leaded by me, and even though I am the youngest, I'm gonna be the one that is sort of like is going to be the boss. And they didn't necessarily liked that. His father Israel was sort of rebuking him, and his brethren, or his 11 brothers, didn't necessarily like that, or liked him because of his favoritism, and then because of the dream that he shared with his brothers. And then they tried to get rid of them. At first they kidnapped him, and then wanted to kill him, but then his one brother Reuben said, what Reuben essentially did tell, we can read in verse 21 of this chapter, and it says, and Reuben heard it, and he delivered him out of their hands and said, let us not kill him. So they just basically sell him off to some people in the desert for 20 pieces of silver, and they like take this special jacket that he got from his dad, and they like put animal blood on there, and um, they show this jacket to his dad, and they tell him essentially, hey, um, he is dead. He got killed by an animal, which led to his dad really sort of isolating himself and being really sad about it. And what the pastors sort of tell us, um, the message of this chapter that the pastors gave us is that when your focus is not on God, your character will corrupt, and you will display sinful actions and desires, such as his brothers wanting to kill him, or envying him for the gift that he had for interpreting dreams that come from God. And one of the pastors also said that we shouldn't envy the gifts that our fellow brothers and sisters have, but rejoice in it. And every single one of us has unique gifts and talents, and the goal is that we all work together as a team, and that everything is a big picture, and that you have your gifts for a reason, because you have a purpose, and you need your gifts to fulfill that purpose. And the same goes for me. So God has given you these blessings and these talents for your specific purpose and for everything that is specifically tailored to you. And he was, through that, trying to tell us that we not only shouldn't envy our brothers and sisters for what they have, but also be thankful for the things that we have been blessed with from God. The service in itself went by really fast, at least the first 3 hours. We prayed together for the first hour, then we had the service in itself, which was like an event that was structured over the whole weekend from Friday to Sunday, but I only attended on Sunday. And yeah, as I said before, the focus was really on just breaking chains and asking for deliverance, and having faith in Him really liberating us from the chains that the enemy tries to pull us down with. The thing is, when I arrived, or when I was getting ready for the service, I thought, okay, the last time I was there, I didn't really had the time to really pick out an outfit. So this time I'm gonna be I'm gonna pick something nice. So I put on my favorite pair of jeans, some white sneakers, a black crew neck, and a varsity jacket. And I just thought, okay, I'm looking good. As soon as I came in there, I realized I just had the wrong fit on. Every single one of these people at this church event had um, a suit on. Every man had a suit on with a fitting pair of boots and pants, and they all had a tie. All the women were had dresses on, and I was the only person there that looked like a guy who didn't I don't know, miss the direction for his university campus, and I still feel a bit out of place, or I still feel like that. Um, it is, I that this is not my place. Not necessarily because of the way I dress, but I'm the only white person. Um, every single one of the people there are from Africa, and this isn't necessarily a bad thing. I love how African people do their church service. All these people super compassionate. They are loud, and they they just pray with so much love and energy, and it just takes you over. Um, I think I'm gonna get used to it, and to the way that they do their services, and um, learning to be comfortable with being the only white person there. But yeah, they also made a lot of food, so we had this amazing African rice with like tomato paste, onion, garlic, a bunch of spices I probably can't even pronounce, and also some chicken, which was amazing. Um, yeah, after service, the pastors and all of the other people that have never seen me before came up to me. We had I had amazing conversations there with people. Some of the people I attended last church service with in the city where I live in, which is Potsdam, came up to me. They wanted to know how I'm doing. And there was one particular guy I had an amazing conversation with. Um, I forgot his name. I'm currently trying to remember everybody that I've met. Um, Nathan, something with N, I think. He is 32, but he looks extremely young. I mean, the first time I saw him, I was like, okay, he's not older than 21, and he came to me. He asked me about how the service was, how I'm doing, what my experience was, and he really gave me some amazing advice. He told me that I can always feel free to text my pastor. I exchange numbers with him. His name is Victor, and ask him about everything that I have, or any question that I have in regards to my walk with God, with the Bible, what or whatever, because he's really deeply rooted in the faith, and I also made a new friend in my age. His name is Faith. Um, Also a guy from Africa. He is similar to my height, and there is one amazing woman that I've met, and since I've met her for the first time, which was church service last week, I already gave her in my mind the the title of she being my aunt. And the thing is, when I attended my first church service, um, she welcomed me super warm. It was like um, receiving a big hug, as if like love would manifest itself into a person and would give you like a spiritual hug. And when I got there, she like gave me a specific card for me to just fill in my details, so that they can like that they know where they need to like put me in the church, so that I can contribute in the best way possible, but that they also can pour into me in the best way possible. And she is always super happy, always laughing, and she is really focusing on taking care of those around her. And after church service, she was asking me the entire time, "Hey, are you hungry?" Because she probably knew that I hadn't eaten something, anything, and I had my first meal then at 3 p.m., which was actually the meal that she gave me. And I was just in the conversation with the people there when she got me some of that rice, and she just came there with this big plate and was like, "Here you go." And yeah, I'm just at a loss for words. These people, they are truly amazing. I definitely want to um, attend more church services, get to know their names better, memorize them. Yeah, but it is really, I'm just at awe. Since I attended my first church service, God has done so much. He allowed me to connect with so many amazing people that just never stopped pouring into me. He flipped around my entire walk with Him. He has given me new perspectives on not only what it means to walk with Him, but He opened a completely new dynamic. So a while ago, I was really struggling with a punishment mindset, um, and with being work focused. So I personally come from a family of workers, so we tend to define our worth by the work that we do and how much we do. So, which essentially means the more work I do, the more worth I have, which is not the best way of thinking. And he showed me over these last few weeks, or this last week, that it is not my work that defines me, but his words that define me. And the words that are defining me are written in this book. And for those who don't know what a punishment mindset is, it is basically thinking, if I, let's say you tell yourself, I'm gonna pray 10 times a day, and you only pray 9 times for some reason, then when your punishment mindset then kicks in, it is basically telling you God doesn't love you because you only prayed 9 times and not 10, and because you didn't pray at not the 10 times, God is going to punish you by not giving you what you want, or by letting something bad happen. So these two ways of thinking, of being so overly obsessed with works and struggling with this punishment mindset, essentially corrupted the image that I had of him. And by his grace, he freed me from that. And on my way back from the church to the place where I live, I was reflecting and really puzzling everything together from the point where he made the first attempts, or sort of where his plan began of getting me back to church to where I'm at now. And what I love most about this little story that I am probably still living through is the names of the new auntie that I got and the new brother. So his name is Faith, as I have said before, which is amazing, since faith is basically what holds Christianity together. And the name from my auntie is Alpha. And for those who haven't read the book of Revelations yet, Jesus Christ says in where is it? Yeah. Jesus says in Revelations chapter 1 verse 8, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the ending, says the Lord, which is and which was and which is to come, the Almighty. And this is personally the favorite part of of this story, that these two amazing people that I've connected with have names, or that the names that they have are words that are written in the Bible. And it was a truly amazing experience. For those who haven't been to church in a while, I highly recommend it. Connect with Christians, fellowship, meet people that are in the faith, because there is more to Christianity than just reading this book and living according to it. Because God tells us in Acts chapter 2, I think. Yes. Acts chapter 2, verse 42. And they continued steadfastly in the apostles' doctrine and fellowship, and in breaking of bread, and in prayers. So this week, essentially, or something else that this week showed me, that it is about being surrounded by Christians also, instead of just reading being just with the Word and with God, but also with people. Yeah. That's for today. It is a bit long, but I hope you guys have a blessed day.